Okay, so we're back. We're gonna do the cheer makeup. This is Kaylee, my other cheerleader, and she's going to model the makeup for us today. I'm going to do her eye makeup a little differently on each eye, one being just a little bit darker than the other. Our older teams, like our Obsidian team, probably Titanium, the older girls, we're gonna go for a darker smoky eye look. And then the younger girls, not quite as black, not as much of the black that's in the palette that was given to us. So I'm going to show you how to do both looks, and we'll talk about what else you need. I think that first we'll do the eyes. Okay, so the way I get started, I use Scotch tape for a couple of reasons. It helps me to have a boundary, so I know where to stop with the eyeshadow. Yeah, and it creates like a nice clean line at the edge of the eyeshadow, which we can soften up a little later. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so I get this Scotch tape. I go from about the corner of the eye to the corner of the brow. That looks pretty good. Okay. Now, another trick I like to do is to start with mascara for a couple of reasons. I think it's kind of hard to put mascara on someone else. And so I don't want to be trying to get mascara all the way down to the edge on her eyelashes after I've done all my pretty eyeshadow. So I like to go ahead and get most of the mascara out of the way, and then at the end, when there's fallout from the eyeshadow, I just kind of go back with one more little coat on top. So let's start with this. Oh, and eyelash curler. She actually, before we started videoing, she curled her eyelashes herself with an eyelash curler. I would suggest doing that. By no means do you have to. This mascara is Great Lash by Maybelline, the OG. You can use whatever you like. They've got some good brands at Ulta. I've used in the past, this is called Essence. I think this costs about $5. This is the 333 Black, and this actually is a pretty good mascara as well. So anyway, I do this first so that I can be a little more aggressive and make sure I get all the way down to the edge of the eyelash. Without destroying the eyeshadow in the end. Do you want to do the other eye? No. She doesn't like to do her own. You'll want to have some makeup wipes on hand. Can you see, or is my hand in the way?
Your hand's on that one.
Sorry.
That's okay.
You want to have a whole pack of makeup wipes on hand. Just get them and put them in your cheer bag. They are going to come in handy throughout the comp season. Okay, that will do for now. Okay, so now we'll just get a makeup wipe and kind of clean up, like up here. And I'm not going to worry about the part that hit the tape over there. There's a little under her eye I'm going to grab, which we can clean up under the eye a little later too. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about eyeshadow. In this little eyeshadow kit, this is everything we're going to need eyeshadow wise. plus a couple of more things. This thing I don't like. I'm going to throw this in the trash. I think the better way to go is makeup brushes. I get these little brushes at Walmart. They have them at Target, I think Ulta. They have even Old Navy, I think, and they're just like a couple, I don't know, $2 or $3. And I've got a pretty good collection going of them for the different colors of eyeshadow. Another thing we're gonna need is some primer for that eyeshadow to stick to. I got this new, it's also the e.l.f. brand putty eye primer. This is in like a nude color. There's also one made by the NYX brand, NYX, that I really like. And then I also still have, if you were here last year and got the new uniform, we got this in the kit. And this primer was actually pretty good. I liked it. So if you still have that left over, I would use that. But I would definitely go and purchase, if you don't have this or something else, you really need some eye primer to make this eyeshadow stick. Okay, so first thing here, I'm just gonna get a little bit on the brush, like that. Oh, and also this is the smudge brush. It's kind of this shape. Okay, and this is what I use for the primer. Okay, so we're just gonna have her close her eyes and just put it over the whole eyelid, anywhere that we're gonna put eyeshadow. Get it to stick. You can just run right into the tape over here. Again, that's gonna make a nice little line there on the edge. Get it all the way down. All the way up to the brow, to just under the brow. And again, once we take the tape off, we'll kind of clean up this line out here if it's not exactly as we want it to be. Okay, that looks pretty good. Other side. Try to do this as evenly as possible, but one time I was getting my eyebrows waxed and the girl told me, remember your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. So if your two eyes look just a little different, it might be just that that's how her face is shaped. They're sisters, not twins. Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so we're done with our brush. I would suggest cleaning off your brush in between. Okay, next, we are ready for some eyeshadow. So what I'm gonna do is on her right eye, this is for our younger girls. Our left eye, this is gonna be more of our obsidian, platinum, maybe titanium. I think that Coach Lori will give us a better idea of how dark she wants each team to go. But older girls this eye, younger girls, right eye. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start with, this is called Eyeshadow C Brush. And this is what I'm gonna do the majority of the eye in. So what I'm gonna start with is this lighter silver color. I'm gonna do this for both eyes. Pick up a pretty generous amount. I've noticed with this eyeshadow, you kind of have to pick up quite a bit to get it to stick. And we're just gonna go probably 3/4 of the way in and put it on the whole lid. And kind of pat, I think that works better. Very nice. And see how nicely that sticks to the primer? We would be here all day without the primer, I promise you. So get you some eye primer. Okay, same thing over here. deal. All right, next, I'm gonna do this little angle brush. It's called a defining eye brush. I'm gonna go for this darker gray color that's right here. Pick up quite a bit of that. Let's start with, we'll start with our darker eye here. Okay, so we're gonna go about halfway in with this, okay? And again, pat, 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 pat. Might even need a stronger brush for this darker eye. I'll decide here in a second. Sorry. Okay, and make sure we're getting in this little crease here. I'm gonna save a little spot, this little corner right here, because we're gonna go even darker over there. All right, now let's go to our other eye. Okay, so if you have a younger girl, I don't think you need to go quite all the way halfway over, maybe like a third of the way over with this little triangle that we're gonna make. Actually, I'm gonna switch brushes. This is an eye crease brush. I think this will probably go a little better. All right, so make sure and get in that crease. You don't need to go all the way to the top of that gray. Like, make sure and stay in the crease here of her eyelid. And we're just gonna fill in this whole thing, this triangle that we've made. And don't worry about blending this in just yet. We are gonna do some blending here in a minute. It's okay if it definitely looks darker on the side. We'll fix it here in a sec. Okay, a little more here. Okay, now we're ready to go even darker. Okay, we're not going for raccoon eyes here, and so that's why I say, oh gosh, wow, we made a mess. We'll fix that here in a second. We're not going for raccoon eyes here. That's why I say let's make sure we can still see some definition between the colors. We'll blend them here in a second, but you don't want to just smear everything on there together. Okay, let's pick up some black. This is the middle color here. Again, this is our defining eye brush. It's the little angle brush. And we're just gonna go here in the corner. Make a triangle about a third of the way in on her eyelid. This is our darker eye. This is for our big girls. Okay, do you see how we've got, you know, just the natural from the primer? We're gonna put white on that here in a second. We've got the gray, we've got the darker gray, got the black. That's what I mean when it's needs to be defined. You can get up in the crease there with some of this black. Might have gone a little crazy up top, but we'll smooth that out here in a second. Nice little triangle in the corner. Okay, and then for our younger squads, we're just, I mean, just barely gonna hit it with the black, just right here in the corner, okay? Barely, barely. All right, good deal. Okay, now let's add some white. It's this white right here. I didn't really find a spot for this, but I don't know, if you're real handy with makeup and you think you have a good spot to put that on your girl, you go right ahead. But I'm gonna use this white. This is on, it just says eyeshadow brush, so it's just kind of a smaller, I don't know, medium-sized brush. This is gonna go right here in this front corner and a little bit up here by her brow. And I know it needs blended. I know we're gonna do that here in a sec. And if we get a little much into her eyebrow, we can clean that up too. These makeup wipes are your friend. Okay. That looks pretty good. A lot of fallout with this eyeshadow this year, not gonna lie, but the good news is we can fix it. Okay, let's go ahead and do eyeliner. Which is good. Okay, we were not given eyeliner. You're gonna have to go out and get it. I use this Revlon Color Stay Sharp Line. This is what it looks like. It's like a little chisel tip, kind of ink. I like it. I think it's the easiest thing for me to work with for this cheer makeup. Okay, so I'm gonna go pretty much to the inside here. We can go a little more dramatic on our Obsidian Platinum kind of teams. Older girls, again, Lori can probably clarify for you which end of the smoky eye thing she wants your athlete on. And then we'll do the other eye, maybe not quite as dramatic. Do your best with this, guys. Eyeliner on another person isn't really the easiest thing, I know. Okay, open, close. Okay. Oh, my favorite part. Now we're going to blend, and I'll be honest, I usually do that before the eyeliner. It's my e.l.f. blending eye brush. So I like to start with the lighter color first. So start with this white, just kind of blend it in the edge here, then blend it into the next color over, kind of across the top. Then I'm gonna switch eyes, keep it in the light section first. I don't wanna go pick up this black and then try to blend the white part of this eye. It doesn't work that way. Okay, so I've got my light, and then we're gonna go to the next color. Just all you gotta do is just kind of back and forth real nice. In fact, let's just do the lighter eye before we get all that black eyeshadow involved. Okay, see how that blends together really nicely. Okay, and then we'll do this one. All right. Okay. Good. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and do our next coat of mascara, and then we will clean all that up and do the glitter. Okay. Quit moving your eye all around. So yeah, the raccoon eyes underneath, that is exactly why you need to get a good eye primer, because it's got to have something to stick to. It falls off kind of easily, so. Okay. All right, now we will let her let me fix this eyeliner real quick. Got a little cloudy with my blending, so I'm gonna just kind of get a little more on there. Okay, good. All right, you can take your tape off. Let's see how we did. So first let's clean all this jazz up. Sorry, might have gotten a little more than necessary in her eyebrow, but just clean that up with a wipe, that's fine. I will say my other daughter, Brinley, Kaylee's eyebrows are fine here, but Brinley, being so pale and fair complected, and her eyebrows are white. So this smoky eye look kind of makes her look a little angry. So what I do is I just use my own eyebrow pencil on her and darken her eyebrows just a little bit with brown. I don't think that'll be a problem for most people because I don't think we have too many little fair blondies on the team. But if you need any help with that, just look up a YouTube video or holler at me and I'll try to help you. Almost done. Okay. Now, I don't love like the super harsh line, so we can either go in with the makeup wipe and kind of, sorry, she burned herself with the curling one. She doesn't want me to touch it. I like to dab it a little bit. Another thing I can do is use my little, the blending brush to just kind of soften this edge a little bit. And where it kind of smudged out, I'm just gonna dab there. Just to kind of soften that look. So it's not so harsh. Okay, now the glitter, we're actually gonna put over the whole eyelid. And Logan even wants a little bit under their eye, just for a little pop of color. So let's do that. I was playing with this. Okay, so I'm talking about this little e.l.f. eyeshadow gloss thing that we got, glitter gloss thing. I use this little brush. It is a small angle brush, e.l.f. brand. I got it at Walmart too. I feel like I can control that just a little bit easier than I can this thing. But if you feel like you can do what you need to do with this or your fingertip or whatever, that's fine. But I'm gonna use a brush. Okay, so we want it for sure started in this corner here. So let's just, you can kind of dab it. And we can even use our blending brush to kind of spread it here in a second. We definitely want some up here under the brow, little sparkles there. Blending brush, okay. And I would pat more than rub with this blending brush. Kind of bunched up in the crease there. I'm just trying to smooth that out. Okay, and then we'll do the other eye too. kind of get it on there where you want it, and then we'll smooth it out with the blending brush. It's kind of gloopy, that's why I like to put it on with a brush instead of the applicator. We put just a little more over here. Okay, see it close. Perfect. Okay, now Logan wants a little bit in the inside corner of the eye, so I'm going to use the little brush for that too, to make it pop, he said. I'm going to get some on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit here, open, and a little bit down here. A little crazy there. I think almost eyeliner-ish. Not all the way under by any means, just kind of here in the corner. Close. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. It's not showing up as much on the camera as I'm seeing it in real life, so I'm going to use a little bit more. There, that's good. Okay, let's let that dry for a second. Make sure that's like we want it, and meanwhile we'll do the other eye. Close. Open. There we go.
So I'm trying my hardest not to blink.
Okay. See how that looks.
I think it looks good.
All right, so let's just let that dry and see if it may need smooth just a little more so it's not clumpy. But I think that looks pretty good. Okay, all right, so let's get our wipe and just kind of clean up the rest of this ball out here. Sorry, I'm grabbing your nose. I hate having my nose grabbed. I know she wants to just reach up and pinch my nose right now. Okay. some of that glitter kind of landed on her eyelashes, so I'm gonna kind of pick those. Okay, sorry. All right, now she just naturally kind of has darker circles under her eyes. So I'm gonna touch those up just a little bit with some concealer. This is by no means necessary on your younger daughters if that's not an issue for them. Next we'll talk about blush. You know, you don't have to go get anything fancy, but we weren't provided with a blush and we will need it for this stage. It's pretty well a must. I don't use anything super fancy, just, I think it's CoverGirl, actually. I think I got it at Walmart. And again, I think the important thing is the brush. So, this brush, I think it's by It Cosmetics. I got it at Ulta, and I like it. It's a nice, thick, kind of dense brush, picks up the blush really well, but this is just a cheap CoverGirl blush. I do the apple of her cheek and kind of over, I don't know, across her cheekbone here. Really want it to show up on the stage. Perfect. Okay. And lips. All right. The lip stuff we were given this year is this Maybelline, right? No, L'Oreal. L'Oreal Infallible in color Matador. I will say that I think this wand is not the easiest one to work with. It's kind of big and it's also a little flimsy, but the color is beautiful. So I figured out what's gonna work for me and might work for you is I'm gonna go with lip liner first. So doing somebody else's lipstick is also not the easiest thing in the world. So whatever you need to do to make it easier. In my case, that was lip liner. So I am going to just line her lips first because that will make it easier for me to just sort of color in the lines later. And this lip liner that I got is, I think it's a L'Oreal also Color Rich Matte. I don't know what color, some red color. And I'm gonna be real honest with you, a lot of times I'm doing lipstick and we have to stop and start over because this is not. In fact, let's do that and let's have you stand up. Can you wash that off?
Wash it off?
Just the lipstick.
Just the lips?
Yeah, just the lip liner. And then stand up. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's try again. Open. There we go. Sorry, I know these videos are kind of tedious. If I knew any good jokes, I would tell you. Kaylee, do you know any jokes? Sky, do you know any jokes?
No.
The one you said the other day.
Which one? Oh, about the chicken? Okay. Why did the chicken go to the library? To check out a book. Why was the chicken so awesome? sky?
No clue.
Across? And that's all I got. Okay, close. Open. Okay, yay. All right, so now all I gotta do is color in the lines here. And it's so much easier. See, what I mean is otherwise I would be trying to draw a line with this thing, and it's so hard to do, I think. Okay. That little heart right there. Okay. Open a little more. Okay. It's a really pretty red, you guys. I like it. And I've noticed in years past, I guess we'll know once we get all the cheerleaders together, a lot of times the color looks kind of different on different girls, but I'll say both my girls have pretty different complexions, and it looks pretty much the same and really nice on both of them. So open a little more. This inside crease. Okay, close.
What about the skeleton joke?
The skeleton joke. Oh, why didn't the skeleton cross the street? Because it didn't have any guts. Open. Okay, so if you get a little much at the edge there, it's pretty easy to wipe off. Okay, I think that's good. All right, let's go back. Sit down. Let's go back and look at your eyes and make sure that that little pop on the inside is how we want it. I think that's pretty good. I think that's all I have. So if you have any questions, again, you can just ask Christy for my number, and I don't mind helping you. Or just get another veteran cheer mom that can probably help you out as well. Thank you.